Gorecast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head,
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, Gorecasters? Welcome back here to the Gorecast with me, Johnny Deadly, on a Friday instead of a Sunday, and every day instead of 1 day a week from now on, while all of this madness is going on. There we go. Giz has a very regimented sleeping schedule and things like that, so we've outsourced some of the old hosts that used to do the show with myself. Well, not do Gorecast, but we used to do loads of different random shows that all were under the Gorecast banner together. So, if you haven't seen Buzz or Carter on the Gorecast before, I'm sure you've talked to them in the live chat. So, there we go. That's that intro. How are ye all getting on? How's everyone doing?
I am full of food. I had some fish and chips today and chili cheese fries, so I am ready to talk about what we're talking about.
What a weird correlation, but anyway, that's okay.
Hey, you know what? Fish and pandemic, and it equals. It equals. Don't worry about it.
We got a Mecky in the mix. Hey, Mecky, how are you?
Doing good, man.
How's everyone doing with the whole madness before we start getting into all of the... We're not going. Don't worry, this isn't going to be one of those coronavirus news report kind of style podcasts. Just checking in on everyone, see how everyone's doing.
We did that. We did that.
Have you had to punch anyone out for toilet paper?
No, I got a pack sitting in the living room right now. My brother, when he bought the 2 packs, because he bought it a few days ago, he's like, I had it in the back of my car. I felt like I had to put it in my trunk because if someone saw it, they might break into my car. I was literally at, like I was telling you guys, I was literally at the store today. Shelves are still completely wiped out of everything.
Dude, same
I
here.
bought an 18 pack of bog roll on Monday, and I was about to buy a second one, and I just had that realistic stance of, how many shits are you hoping to have in the next 14 days? Like, seriously?
Yeah.
So...
Well, dude, and that's the shitty part. You either grab tons now because you don't know if you're going to get it, or you try not to, like, add to that whole hoarding thing.
Yeah. Katie McNeil and Kiki, hello. Glad to hear you're all doing okay as well. So, anyway, look, we... if you didn't see the post I put out earlier in the week or today, I can't rightly remember. I'm in a really weird sleeping pattern now because I live in all of the time zones. We normally do the Gorecast on a Sunday, and we might do the odd extra post if there's some sort of news or a special event thing going on. And other than that, it's TV show on a Sunday night, podcast on an earlier Sunday night, depending on where in the planet you live. And we're all locked in our houses, and everyone's a little bit bored and worldwide, and people's TV shows and stuff aren't going to be coming out the way they used to be coming out, and movies are delayed, and sporting events, except for goddamn wrestling, because they're a bunch of goddamn champions.
Still holding strong.
Well, like, even that is a up in the air kind of thing at the moment. They're not exactly sure how long they're going to be allowed to keep doing all of this. So
it's just as bad as the pandemic itself. It's every second, every hour it changes.
Yep.
So WrestleMania is going to be this weekend, next or 2 weeks. So it might not happen. Oh, it does. It will. It won't. That's
anyway.
But I give them props for still.
Us as a collective bunch of horror lovers, we're just like, while everyone's stuck for stuff and they're all stuck at home, maybe we should start doing some more content, so everyone has an hour or two of just madness, random Irish horror nut jobbery, as I like to call it. Just get everyone's minds off shit for an hour or two, and thankfully all of the GC guys were down for it, so prepared to see a whole lot of us at 11:30s every night, except for when there's some stuff we're doing with some cool YouTuber guys over on YouTube as well, just to lighten the mood over there
nice.
as well too. So I think one of those are tomorrow, but we'll probably try and do a stream tomorrow night as well. Anyway, regardless, this all sprouted up a little bit because I was high as a motherfucker and I was watching Netflix. And there's a really good TV series that came out on Netflix called BloodRide, which is essentially a 6-part Horror anthology series, not like an anthology movie where there needs to be some sort of coherent running theme that ties them all together, but an actual series where it's just essentially 6, what I have to say, very decent short films, all of them. I didn't have an issue with a single one of these. They were absolutely fun.
Now, I haven't gotten to the last 3. I've only done the first 3, and I really dug the hell out of them.
Yeah, they're very, very different tones, which is nice because it's not kind of like same kind of tone, different story. Like each one kind of has their own vibe to it.
Yeah.
So they carried that out all through all 6?
I believe so. I mean, I don't.
Okay.
It reminded me. Excuse me. Not Corona. I smoke. It reminded me a lot. Not like bang on that it reminded me of it, but just kind of the variety, I suppose, you got of a little bit of Love, Death, and Robots, where it was kind of like, we need you to do some horror. This is the kind of vibe we're going for. Other than that, it's up to you. And you got really, they're 3 very, very, 6 very different movies in general. 3 particularly different movies we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, because it seems like to me, like the only real connection they have is like the intro credits with everybody on the same bus, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's really the only tie they really have to each other.
No, because other than that, they really do kind of stand out on their own.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely goes that way for the last 3 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was able to breeze through it yesterday after Johnny mentioned it. I was like, boom, done. 3 hours. I was
just pulling up Netflix here.
All done with them all.
Okay.
It was nice.
I can't rightly remember what order they're in.
I had to cut myself off because Johnny was like, hey, we're doing the show tomorrow. So I'm like, as I'm talking to him, I'm watching the first 3. And it was cool because they're, about half an hour each. So like the running time's good. But at like 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, I was like, no, okay, I gotta quit.
I got lucky because it was about 6, 7 o'clock my time when I started watching it. So I had it done by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I think the first episode is the stone.
Yeah, the ultimate sacrifice stone. Which
that was my favorite.
As an introductory movie into what the series is going to be like, I think it does a really, really, really good job, because you are led up this is just going to be one of those shorts with a stupid at the end of it or something like that, and as you slowly tip through it, you realize it very, 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 very much isn't at all. It follows a woman called Molly and her family, essentially, where Molly and her family move out to this kind of little rural town. They're having a wander around the woods. They notice that there's an uncanny amount of pets being kept in the local area, to say the least.
Yeah, when they were having, I guess because they first moved in, and like the neighbors and everything, what they were going to help them like fix up their house or something. So then they had the barbecue. Yeah, so they had like a little barbecue after, and that's where you notice like all the townspeople with like one dude had a pig like on a leash. A lot of them had cats.
Right.
And Molly's just kind of like, why has everybody got animals?
Well,
kind of weird.
When you're doing a weird foreign movie, that's definitely a short horror film. It's never a good sign when everyone's got that many pets.
Yeah.
Okay, but I really dug the fact that everything was slightly creepy. Like you could always feel like something was off. The whole pet thing, like, but it was not. I don't know, like it never really gave anything away.
No.
And there was never any really like jump scares that like just slowly unfolded into this
Molly
don't know where we're going kind of storyline.
Molly is essentially going for a walk one day, and she notices 2 of the lovely old deers out in the woods smashing one of their pets' heads in with a rock.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
And the thing I liked about it is like the reasoning why they do that with the killing of the animals. They really set it up early on with them constantly talking about the money problems, and like her husband being like, we can move out back to the city. We just got to get the finances. So it's like they were really digging in the finance thing, like money issues. So it's kind of like, okay, something's got to be like something to do with the money like issue that they keep talking about, that's going to come up as a big plot point.
Yeah, well, you kind
and
of
the cast was really good.
yeah, everyone was like, dude, I really like this one. Should we get into the kind of the cusp of it or the round off? I kind of don't want. I don't know what.
I mean, you probably don't, depending on what people are if they haven't seen it. I don't know if you want to go to spoilery. Who has a big word for me?
Spoiled duggery.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my new thing now. Is just add duggery onto the end of anything, and you kind of make yourself sound like you're talking more sense than you actually are.
The one thing I really liked about all of them is like the twist endings. They all had twist ending that just like you're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Now, Steve, you said Ultimate Sacrifice was your favorite, but due to the whole twist endings, Bad Riders was mine. I never saw any of that coming.
I'm with you.
That was the third one.
Yeah, I'm with you on Bad Riders when it came to there was several twists.
Yeah.
Which I really, really liked in Bad Riders.
But the fun thing was I never really saw any of the endings to them. You know, Ultimate Sacrifice, didn't expect who was in the chair. Bad Riders completely came blindsided. Like, dude, I really dug the writing.
In relation to Ultimate Sacrifice, once you get the reveal as to why they're smashing their pets' heads in, that was a swerve in itself. And I was like, well, that went a direction I wasn't expecting at all.
And I mean, this might be starting to get into spoiler talk, but as soon as they mentioned that, like, it had to be animals that you were attached to, I'm like, oh, that dog.
Yeah.
That dog, man. I knew it. But then the thing though, when I stuff that kicked back to me is they did mention an occasional human sacrifice too. So that's why I was like, someone's probably going to get it, or they wouldn't have mentioned the human part.
See, and I was really impressed in a 30-minute segment. They gave out so much detail and information.
Well, you see, it
without it being like lowbrow, it came in really good.
I think it's actually something that goes to the credit for a lot of the movies in that series. Are like, you'll notice with some, when you see some short films, it's very much just a load of, especially these days because jump scares are just the thing. But
right,
a lot of them are just a load of. Just a bit of script,
psychological, more
exactly.
A lot of shorts that are out now
I like more.
A lot of shorts that are out now are just like a load of script with just random dialogue just to get you up to something jumps out of insert random something
right
afterwards. Yeah. Whereas this was very well thought out. And as I said, there's a couple, especially in the three we're doing tonight. There were a couple of twists per movie that kind of really send you a different direction every time you're watching it.
Yeah, because going into the second one was the one with the guy who just got released from the mental hospital.
Yeah, this was good.
And
for killing
that one was
for killing Papa.
That was that twist at the end was like, holy crap! And the weird thing is, we'll get towards the end of the episode. That is like stuff I kept looking back into is. The first time the brother went to stab that girl, and it almost like it didn't go through, but he hit her, and you were kind of like, "Well, wait, what?" So it's kind of like, and then when they reveal at the end what it was, you're like, "Oh, that's why it didn't go through because
Yeah,
I was like,
and for me, it was like, okay, he just got out of an asylum, so we're probably dealing with some sort of crazy. But again, just that twist ending and everything, I didn't see any of that coming.
He played it off so well at the beginning where he looked like he was fine.
Yeah.
Like you didn't think he was the one. And then as the episode goes on and the brothers show up, and it seems like maybe these guys is like, why would he say he killed him if he didn't kill him?
The main guy's in it. The main guy's name in it's Eric, and essentially, as you guys said, he gets out of a mental home. He gets picked up by his two brothers, and within about 60 seconds of talking to these two lads, you can tell there's something not really right with the two boys. You'd wonder why Eric was the one in the mental home within 60 seconds, very quickly. After a bit of an argument, where they just basically tell him, no, you're coming up to the cabin, we're going to get you some girls. You've been locked up all day unless you've been getting some of that crazy coochie while you were inside in the the nut house, which it turns out he wasn't, evidently. So they go. They meet a girl in the shop, to have a nice chat with a girl in the shop. By the time he gets out of the shop, the two brothers have coerced this lovely lady into coming back to the cabin with them. And then it gets fucking weird.
And again, another, like, so far all three of these had just great casts. I mean, everybody sold their character, sold the line. Like, everything was just really believable.
The one thing that stood out to me of this episode was the song that was playing during the episode about something to do with a monkey.
Oh yeah,
and like
you gotta let the monkey out of the box.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, the hell's going on here? I need to find this song.
Funny story, I have downloaded that song. I'll send it on to you. It's,
Really?
Yeah, it's. I won't lie to you.
That's my new party song.
It's oddly catchy.
Yeah.
You got to let
I
the
was like,
monkey out
okay.
of the box. Out of box, monkey, out of box. Monkey, out of
Yeah,
box.
like the ending just like unravels really quick. Like stuff just like goes crazy. Like the one thing about the series that I was kind of like, stuff just like happens, like especially the last couple episodes. You're just kind of like, why are people acting this way? Or like normal people wouldn't act this way. Like I don't know. There's just the way I watched all the episodes. It just seemed like not natural.
Yeah, the brothers were nearly cartoonish in behavior.
Yeah.
Do you know,
like maybe we'll just, and this will go on to a couple of the story one that was the
Bad Writers,
right? Yeah. So like the when the chick comes home from the writing class and she's standing there and they're like friends.
okay,
are like,
we are moving on to a different movie now. Sorry, I didn't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know.
It's okay. You haven't done the podcast format in a while. It's all good.
Go ahead and go ahead and finish.
Customarily,
my thoughts are done.
Customarily, we try to review the whole movie
One
and
at a
then
time.
we move into the next one, because otherwise we're going to
Hey,
blow
I've been
through this
stuck in my
episode very
house for
quickly.
days. That's fine. You guys talk about the episode then, because I pretty much.
But
It was good. It was just probably not my favorite out of the six. Was the second one.
There were some very smart shots done through it that not unlike Fight Club, where you start adding stuff up post movie and you're like, holy shit, that was.
Yeah.
There was like as you said with when he stabs the girl, you're kind of like, that knife didn't go into her properly,
and then stop. The brother was like, do it again. Then he started stabbing her, and then the blood. So I'm like, why did it stop? Like it didn't, like obviously at first, but then when they show at the end everything that really happened, then you're like, okay.
Seeing what caught me was the mom's just sheer panic when she realized he went to the cabin. It was just, I don't know, like unnatural. Like there's worried, but then like she just seemed to have like really freaked out.
So another thing that I don't know if I missed it or not, but so when talking about the mom, she went to that gas station.
Yes.
And then she went to the attendant and was like, have you seen this? And she's like, yeah, he was here with her brothers. Did she actually see the brothers, or did he just say, I'm here with my brothers?
The brothers, the brothers were never in the shop.
But they were. I mean, in a scene they were, because he's grabbing the stuff and he's looking through, and the brother jumps him. He's like, don't forget the cheese doodles. And he was in the shop because he told him to grab the cheese doodles or whatever the fuck they were grabbing. And he was in the shop and then left. So I don't know. That's what I didn't.
And I think that was just like that playthrough in his head.
He may have just he may have saw them, but everybody else may not have. That's the part that I was kind of like, I knew they were in the store.
I feel he must have made some reference to the brothers or something to the girl.
Because I know when he did check out, because it was right after that, because he went to go check out, buy the stuff.
Yeah.
He was talking to the girl, but it was like right before that when he was like looking at the sunglasses. And then the brother came and just was like, because they kept talking about him getting surprised out of nowhere that like can jitter.
Yeah, it
like
sets him off.
Condition or whatever.
Something.
Yeah.
And
he did that. He's like, dude, stop. And he's like, don't forget the cheese doodles.
I was actually partially disappointed because when he kept telling people not to freak him out because of what happens, I was like, is he going to Hulk out? Is it one of those kind of like, is he one of those kind of But no.
But see, again, that goes right back to that writing, though, because that whole store scene only kind of reinforces he's there with his brothers.
Yep.
Like there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with the situation.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, it was.
Avante Douglas has got toilet paper for sale there. If anyone didn't see the message in the chat, I'm sure you can just DM him. Just to let everyone know.
Okay. I'm the toilet paper that I bought. There's supposedly like 6 rolls in one, and I got a 6-pack, so I should be okay for a bit.
How big is that fucking roll of toilet paper?
It's
I don't mean to shock
big.
you, Buzz, and it may be uncomfortable for you to hear, but I think you may have bought kitchen roll.
Maybe as long as it does the job, I really don't care.
Yeah, see, that's
As
why.
long as it doesn't clog up my pipes,
You don't want to be clogging your
I
pipes
got
up.
2 wipes in the bathroom, so if I gotta clean up a little bit of alternate usages. I got some other things to use. So,
Dude, I question your diet if you have to have a rotating toilet schedule. Morning dump upstairs, evening dump downstairs, nighttime dump in the neighbor's house because I'm not fucking doing it 3 times in one area. No, sir.
we're on a toilet paper shortage here. You got to think smart, people.
Oh
Go to
yeah.
other people's bathrooms and don't cough on
Curtain,
them.
shower, washing machine.
Yeah. I just think we should all just invest in bidets. That should be.
I can give you a survival. I
should
can
be
give
the-
you a survival tip if you're super stuck. If you take an A4 sheet of paper and you crunch it up a lot in your hand and open it and crunch it up and open it and crunch it up, after about 60 seconds, you'll have relatively close to toilet paper.
Yeah, so I'm good, dude. I just don't have that dedication.
I'll just start buying adult diapers. That's all.
Well, I'll put it to you this way:
Just-
when you've been camping and you realised, I forgot my toilet paper.
See, that's why I don't have those stories, dude. I don't understand why people go camping.
I won't lie to you. From
I've
a
always
man
told
who's,
you,
from
but
a
I've
man who
always,
used to go
like-
camping a lot, I don't understand why people go camping either.
I've gone. I gone a couple times because the
I've
ex-wife
taken- I've
drugged me out. I was a
Taken
big
all
camper.
of the theory of a holiday, but made it shit.
Yeah. The campsites I used to go to was like big actual campsites, not just out in the woods. So they had like actual showers and bathrooms, so I never had to worry about the no TP.
Yeah, see, no. And then I started watching horror films, and that only reinforced the whole don't go camping. Don't do stupid shit, live a little
I'm
longer.
big as a house. I'm grand.
Not
Okay.
all of us are that cool.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's all about attitude. Attitude. I'm like a really feral rabbit in a world of tigers. But the tigers know. That rabbit gave your man a nasty bite there last week. It's a fucking rabbit though. It's not like he's going to kill you. It's just it looked really sore. It's just I feel there's other rabbits we can just mangle without any form of retort or response.
Yeah.
I won't kill you, but you're going to have a deep gash.
On
You're gonna have
that
a deep
note-
gash by the time I'm done. Oh, don't mind telling you.
All right, so the third one's called Bad Writers.
Bad writers. I'm feeling, judging by how quickly we're getting through this episode, we may possibly have needed to review the 6 of them.
That's the thing, is they're so short that there's not, and like I don't know how far we are supposed to get into it because I don't know how many people haven't seen it. So
See, and that's the bad part. Like, I really don't want to give spoilers because I think
That's-
they're really good.
Yes. Well, I mean, look,
yeah,
If this had been out like 5, 6, whatever months later,
if you need to save on toilet
wouldn't be
paper,
so
use
hung up
duct
on
tape.
it.
Duct tape fixes everything. I'm going to have to disagree with you on that,
Whoa.
Avante Douglas.
yeah,
If you're looking for a good Jesus, backsack and crack, but that's about the only
Yeah,
thing.
go back to the
That's the only thing I can
notebook
think
full
of.
of duct tape.
World's most painful waxing experience would be.
I mean, I
Just
guess you
get
can
it
go
off.
the human centipede route and don't have to worry about wiping at all.
No, you just need to worry about it being
Yeah,
arrested
eventually somebody
and
had to, though.
just people really not viewing you in the same
What?
light ever again.
It's what I bring here. It's what I bring here.
That was one thing about that movie, man, that I always found it strange. Was just like, where were you hoping to go after? Like, okay, I've got the centipede now, right? What is it? What do you like? It's not like you can be like, hey, Martha, huh? Look what I got. Look at it. Look what I made.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a load of people duct taped together surgically?
Yeah.
Right.
There ain't no shit coming out of that.
Who are you
ass.
calling? No one. No one. It's fine. It's all right.
And somehow they made three of them.
Oh
Yeah.
god,
I
that third one was definitely the worst.
have a sick, and that's probably the best description of it. I have a sick love of the second one.
I like the
Dude,
style of
twisted
it.
me a bit.
I feel as though they stole an idea that I had in high school, not about the human centipede. To get that out of here first.
Right.
Buzz, I'm seeing a
Where
side to
it
you I
was
never knew was
somebody
there.
It was somebody like obsessed with a movie, so they tried to like. I had a filmmaking project where I did something similar to where there was somebody we were supposed to make a movie trailer, and I was going to do something where somebody was obsessed with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so they almost started to become Leatherface.
Oh, okay.
Like start slowly transitioning into. That's kind of like what the second Human Centipede is. Somebody who's obsessed with the first movie tried to make their own Human Centipede. So, god damn it, I want my money. That's all I'm saying.
I will say I definitely liked the idea. And it's weird because I watched a lot of messed up stuff, but I had a lot of trouble with that second one.
Really? It's the second one you have trouble with?
Okay. Like, man, people being dismembered, what have you, Saw style, Hellraiser style, like, I popcorn and laugh. But in the second Centipede, man, when old girl goes into labor and it slipped out under the brake or gas pedal, I had to hit pause and take a walk. Like, that one rocked me.
It's like I got to rethink my life.
Right. But
What
once
is
we
the
went back to
world?
people like being sewed together and crying for pain, I'm like, oh, okay, where's the popcorn? It was the baby like going under the pedal thing. That flipped my shit.
But I saw your man. Very early on in the movie what you're dealing with. How did we end up? We haven't even finished reviewing the other fucking TV series, and now we're reviewing fucking Human Centipede. When your man is in work and he's doing the old, a little bit of the shoulder jerk. Do you know the WWW with the sandpaper? I was kind of like, well, I know exactly what sort of movie we're dealing with now.
Hey, you're the one who said we needed time to fill somehow.
Yeah,
so
I don't know how we got onto Human Centipede.
I don't remember.
I'm not the one.
What? Yeah, that's.
Oh, I think it was about the poop thing. That's what it was. Someone was talking about TP, and I said you wouldn't need TP if we had human centipedes.
So
Problem
Poop. Okay, and anyway, before we get any more Jesus Christ. Actually, what we'll do is I have the trailers lined up. So what we'll do is let's regroup. we might just put a pin in this for a sec. I'll put a trailer on for what we were talking about, not Human Centipede.
You'll yell at us off camera.
I'm going to yell at everyone off camera. And then we're all going to come back, and it'll be really nice. Would be
because one of us will probably be disappeared. Too,
no. Well, never say never. That's the. And we'll just jump back to the studio for a second while I wait for my Poxy video thing to load up.
2020, guys. It's 2020.
Well, I haven't done like a multi-stream with anyone in ages, period. And on top of that, the last time I did a multi-stream with anyone, it didn't go well. You were part of it, Buzz, if you remember correctly. It crashed unmercifully. So crashy. So, so there's no actual technical difficulties. The stream and all of that kind of thing aren't going to go down like our normal difficulties, but there's some very normal technical difficulties that are going on, just what I remember how I used to do all of this madness. Anyway, I think I've got it sorted. We'll be back there in about 2 minutes.
You're about to learn, you can never tell anyone. I'm really trying to like it here. but I don't know if I can do that. You must be careful. I think I did something very, very bad.
Back.
And we're back. Sorry, that was a much quicker trailer than one would have initially anticipated. Anyway, the final story that was in, or sorry, it's not the final story. It's the midway point of the series. But we will be back tomorrow and stuff as well to review the other three. Maybe not all three of us here. We'll have some semblance,
some combination
of the crew back tomorrow reviewing the other three, and probably some other movies that we didn't plan to review, as tonight is evident. So Bad Writers starts off where you meet this lovely little girl, and she's going to her writing class, and she meets some real creepy people in the writing class, and then she goes back to her family, and everyone's acting really weird. There's so many intricate plot points in this movie that I feel we're going to have to give a spoiler warning.
Yeah.
For some degree.
Yeah, I can't really see how to get around that one.
Yeah, because there's like, in a good way, there's so many plot twists going on throughout the movie. Yeah. Yeah. That's why it's an over 18 stream. Gotta watch out for those twat twists. Anyway, there's so many plot twists throughout the 30 minutes of this story that I don't think it's physically possible for us to get through it without spoiling something. So just bear in mind. We won't give you the main spoiler because it's a doozy. But essentially, while in her writing class, she's being tutored by within the realms of what's going on, a famous author, from the sounds of it, and she's telling them how for their characters to evolve, you need to bring your character down to rock bottom so that you can build them up again, or just kill them, depending on how you're feeling. If you don't like them, so that's
just do something awful.
That's literally the assignment she gives them, is to go off, write a character into your story that you do not like, and kill him off in whatever way you want. And then weird things start to happen where she's writing things and the things she's writing are starting to happen, and then she's starting to get the feeling that someone's writing about her because odd things are starting to happen outside of the realms of what she's writing that are happening to her. And it's basically Inception, the novel.
Yeah, it was cool at first because you just kind of question, like, okay, is she crazy? Is this every day for her? Or, and everything just kind of quickly evolves into like the next spot.
Like when I was talking about like a little bit ago, where it's like I didn't understand where things were happening. Like she comes home from her writing class, and she like meets up at her house with her roommates or whatever, and they're all in the room talking, and they're just like, "We should just kill her." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's do it. We should just kill her." And she's like kind of listening. For one thing, I'm like, "How do they not see her?" Because she's obviously visible between the cracks of the door. But just how nonchalant, they're just like, "Yeah, we should just kill her."
But what
And I was just like, okay.
I was like, that escalated quickly because they were all happy to see her.
You literally took the words out of my mouth.
See ya. Let's kill somebody.
Yeah.
Her.
But, yeah, she was like, she took my apple and she had to blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And then, like, her boyfriend comes down and, like, he seemed like he was acting really weird. And I was just like, and obviously once the twist and stuff kind of obviously plays out, you're kind of like, I get it. But like when it gets there, which is the same thing with a lot of the episodes, like you're sitting there just like, what the hell is going on? And then once the twist comes, you're like, I see what they're doing now. That's how I felt with all of them.
Now for me, like all three, because they're only like 30 minutes, but this one, it seemed longer and slower. Like it unraveled differently than the other two.
That's how
it seemed like they were
too.
like a quicker pace.
There you go. I'll leave the
but
video
this one
playing
somehow
while they talk.
like dragged the time out and made it better.
I'm just putting it. I had the whole set designed really nicely, and then when we were having the pause break there earlier, I was like, "Oh, we'll just cut away." So I'm just having the video playing in the background, just so we have something nice playing, just to break up the set.
Yeah, this one was probably maybe not. I want to say maybe a little bit. I want to say gorier, but there was a little bit. So when she like stabs the dude in the face with her keys,
Yeah,
and he's just like, it's just like, oh, ow. And then she threw like the scalding water into the faces of her roommates to try to get out. You can see when
I loved when the boyfriend came down to give out to her, and also be a complete psychopath. But you can just hear him. You can just hear the three girls in the kitchen upstairs, just like, Wah! So
yeah, because she like threw that because she was like, let me make you some tea
in the face.
Tea, and
how about that?
Yeah, tea in the face.
And unnerving, and just how unnerving or how calm everybody was just unnerving.
It reminded me a bit of
that's the part where I was just like,
there was a bit of an Invasion of the Body Snatchers kind of vibe to that, I thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting to see the whole.
Yeah, nothing really. Like, I mean, the girls just got up right after being like hit in the face with scalding hot water, and they're just like, yeah, I was walking around, and then with the boyfriend getting stabbed in the face with the keys. It seemed like anything was phasing anybody.
I have to say, practical effects in this were good. There's the boyfriend's face with the key right there, just as we were about to.
There we go.
Nice.
Timing. I love it.
There goes that Emmy again that we were going to get.
Yep.
No, you'll always win me over with practical effects, and that looked really good.
Yeah, it was. It was a hoot. Should I? It looked really good. Even when they did the water throw, like you could see the kind of the stripe of red appear on the girls' faces where the water hit them very quickly. Like I like when people do little touches like that. You don't get that a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
I have to say as well, and I don't know, is it just kind of the European cinema side of things or anything, but every one of these short films are shot brilliantly. Like there's no crappy. Now, don't get me wrong. I know the shaky cam footage needs to be done for certain things, but this was all beautifully shot. Really nice kind of fluid tracking shots. Actually, they weren't afraid to use majorly long tracking shots throughout some of those shorts, which I really thought was good. I
kind of think that they squeezed everything useful and needed into every scene.
Yes, well, I mean that's the whole kind of objective of a short film, is to kind of take what is a big movie and break it down into a smaller. Well, you either do that or you just find a way of telling the whole story of a scene from a bigger movie within one scene, or telling the whole story of a bigger movie within one scene. Yeah, but everything was done really good. I agree with you as well with what you were saying about all of the actors and stuff. I really liked the lady who plays the author in this one. She actually looked really familiar. I think she's in something else.
Yeah, the thing is with this one is like you said, this one has so many different. Like this episode alone has a lot of different twists. Like when you think like the one ending is kind of like the ending, something else kind of comes out of nowhere at the very, very end.
This would have to be the most
that I didn't see coming.
I genuinely think this is the most twisty out of the lot of them. Closely followed by the two, the brother one.
The Three Sick Brothers.
Yeah, very closely followed by that.
It's like as soon as you think you have a grasp on what's going on, it just something else pops up, and you're just like, "Son of a bitch!"
100%.
Oh, dude, and I loved it because I was trailing off like, "Oh, it's this person. They're going to do this," and it had nothing to do with it. Like they went a completely different direction with it.
Yeah, and
that's not awkward dead air.
This
I was hearing sirens.
Oh,
that's me.
That's okay. It was also like this. Once you get out of that first writing class, it really escalates quickly, and they just keep tipping away, flying through it. Anyway, overall thoughts on the first three movies? What would you say? Or I've watched all 6. Carter has seen and Carter has seen the first 3. So I'm assuming you were reviewing them, so you're probably going to have to watch the final 3. But would you, off of your own merit, if it wasn't a show-related activity, watch all of these?
Oh, dude, I would totally. Yeah, I would totally tell anybody. They're worth it.
I ended up throwing it on actually because it was I mistook it for a TV series that used to be on FX, or was it? I think it was it was Sci-Fi. Did you ever watch BloodRide?
No, I heard it, but I never caught it.
Yeah, neither way.
It got cancelled after 1 season. I have no idea why, and
Sci-Fi is bad about that, dude. They don't really stand behind a lot of
it was
this
so
stuff.
good, man. Myself and Giz had a big rant episode about this, but I actually thought it had just shown up on Netflix, and I'm yet to see the final episode because they found out a couple of weeks before it got cancelled that they were getting it cancelled, so they kind of managed to write the final episode, so you got an actual ending for the series. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And I just haven't been able to bring myself to watch it because I'm just like, it's still out there, BloodRide is still alive in my world because I got that one episode waiting for me to watch.
It will never end.
It will never end.
So was it also an
No,
anthology?
BloodRide was basically you're in post-apocalyptic Earth. It's very Mad Maxy to a certain degree.
Okay.
Mad Max is shot by Rob Zombie
Nice.
kind of style. There's this race where you're able to get freedom or something. I think they're looking to get someone who's the winning of the race is to get somebody back that's been kidnapped by these bad guys that orchestrate the race kind of thing. But all of the cars are fueled by blood. So you end up having...
Really?
Yes. And did you ever see that? Do you remember that video game Carmageddon years ago?
No.
Where loads of people just kitted out all their cars and you drove around murdering each other. It was like PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. But
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
Okay, so
That one I remember.
okay, so it's essentially Twisted Metal with a plot,
Okay.
for lack of a better description. Give me a sec. Give me a second. I'll put on the... Give me a second, I'll find it.
Just watching the 3 episodes, I would
Yeah,
definitely tell anybody that's not seen
I'll
it to
find the
check it
trailer
out.
for BloodRide. So you can... It's got... Do you ever watch Blue Mountain State? It's got Tad.
Oh, yeah.
The main guy in it.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. I am Tad. I love it.
Dude, that dude used to crack me. That was a show I hated to see go.
Yeah. Did you see the movie? I like that movie,
I
man.
felt better after watching the movie.
It summed up a lot.
They had
It
that
summed up
change
a lot
at
of
the end.
things.
Yeah.
I suppose what we'll do is, instead of us staying on camera, I suppose I'll throw this in as a separate scene so you can listen to it on Facebook while I have playing, maybe?
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure what the delay factor is between stream and actual Facebook currently. Yeah, give me the video, you son of a bitch. I like our little things like that. You see, if I try to do random shit like this, Giz has a mental breakdown.
We're just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, you're going to see a black screen for a very temp second just while I flip things around here quickly. And okay, so this was out end of 2017, early 2018. Yes, I think. Yes, because we reviewed it in season 1, so it's about 3. Yes. It's about 2017 going into 2018, if memory serves me correctly. BloodRide. So we'll be back there in a sec. Let me have a smoke break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk another bit of shit for maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then we got to go. And we'll be back tomorrow night. But anyway, here's this quick little trailer for BloodRide.
You're about to learn. You can never tell anyone.
And we're back. There we go. I love.
Okay, that show looks cool.
Yeah, dude, you need to watch it. It's really entertaining.
Definitely looks crazy.
That's for someone who didn't see the trailer. I agree.
You could have turned on, but you didn't.
I could have.
I gotta give props for anybody that can have sex and still steer a car with their foot. So
Avante Douglas, I am also incredibly disappointed that it only lasted one season. It was a real kick in the gonads. I'll put it to you that way. I suppose we're kind of nearly hitting the hour mark now, so we could start rounding off, I guess. So yeah, we'll be back probably tomorrow night at some stage, in some form or another. The crew you're looking at currently is the crew for the streams, and Giz obviously as well. We'll be rotating them because unless Giz can come into the studio, I don't know. Can I have more than 3 people in a convo over Skype?
Yes. Skype can't hold this much awesomeness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose I could always look into what's another one that all the cool kids are using for Google Hangouts.
I was gonna say you're talking to the wrong crew. Ain't no cool kids over here.
No cool kids in this crew. I'm gonna bring my harmonica tomorrow.
there you go.
We can have a jam session.
I just keep randomly singing out blues lines. No song behind it. I'll just be making a cup of coffee and like, this coffee is really cool. You know. Can't even play the harmonica. Well, I can make noise come out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Blowing your pot harder, boy. Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow. We're going to be reviewing this is what happens when I literally was awake for like 19 hours and then I went to sleep for 2 and then I woke up and I did this. So prepare for a whole lot of kooky deadly over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully this whole corona madness.
And you don't have Giz yelling at you, so
Giz doesn't yell at me.
Telling me, oh
no, it's like, no, that's a lie. He does yell at me sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not like in a sort of a anger. He runs hot most of the time. Do you know what I mean? So I go off the cuff on a regular basis, and Giz, as is documentarily explained in the TV show, podcast, and to many people in real life, does not like change. So when I just go, we'll just fuck a trailer on here, he's like, no, the structure of the show. You're the editor. Is this not causing you more work? It is, but I don't care.
See, when listening back to when you guys do the Kayfabe or Die podcast, and then you and me listening back to ours, you can tell the biggest difference, because when you go off, I'm just like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because you and I
tried to steer it.
You and I don't have an actual time limit. We try to keep the podcast within the hour realm of things, whereas myself and Giz's side of it is on a radio station. So if we go over the hour, it just cuts. No control over it. We could be talking there for another 2 hours. It just cuts. Cuts to Studio 2. That's it. Done.
That's a good point.
So it's just one of those. It is annoying sometimes. I'd love to be able to ramble on about my wrestling rants sometimes. This is why I like doing the podcast with you, because my rants sometimes, especially when it's fucking WWE, because goddamn, they boil you up.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was when I just warned you when I came in. You did it another night as well, but when I said to you, it's like, I'm warning you, I'm going to have a rant like pretty close to the start.
I messaged you like a couple hours before, like, can I rant today?
Yes, I was like, I won't lie to you, man. I've gone off on one for the last 6 episodes. I think. Sit in, kids. It's time for Johnny's weekly 15 minutes of aggro. You goddamn Vince McMahon motherfucker.
Back in my day.
Back in Diggity 6, when wrestlers used to actually wrestle and I used to have a turnip tie to my pants, as was the fashion at the time.
Jeebus.
Yeah. Okay, look, we're hitting the hour mark now, so we might as well round it off on an even number. From myself, Buzz, I nearly said Giz there. From myself and Giz, and Buzz, and Carter, we'll catch you all tomorrow, where we're going to be doing, in some capacity, the final 3 episodes of this. And then I'm going to be on YouTube tomorrow night, to the best of my knowledge, with some awesome horror YouTubers doing another sort of thing like this. Just to put some hours of fun on people's screens. And as I said in the post earlier as well, if you have any movie suggestions that you'd like to see myself and Buzz and the lads do, by all means do it. If you have a movie out and you want to see myself and Buzz and the lads cover it, whatever, especially if it's a movie that's just come out and it's on VOD and a load of people could watch it or download it for the price of whatever the VOD site has decided, or stream it on whatever VOD site that they have, whatever way you're distributing your movie in these current climates, please let us know and send us in a movie and we'll get it on here and we'll do a review and everything like that.
Or just
and it'll be all good.
Wait and see how many movies we can review in a short period when we get sidetracked.
I was actually going to use these podcasts because while we were off the air with the the actual tech difficulties of technically my computer wanted to kill me, and we have a backlog of awesome movies from Uncorked Entertainment and Wild Eye Releasing, so I was going to start hammering into some of those with you guys but anyway, we're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to be doing the other 3 episodes of BloodRide, and then myself and Giz are going to be back Sunday night with the Gorecast as per usual, and on American Horrors with the Gorecast as per usual, because all of my gear is in my house and I am isolated in work, unfortunately, so I don't get to stop. Anyway, from all 3 of us, we'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us, and stay safe, everyone. Catch you later.
Take care.